Shout out to all you crypto freaks and fruitcakes. We love you. Thank you for jumping on in. You guys can't get enough of this crypto game, baby. It never stops. 69,000 could be coming. Bitcoin, let's go. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you. Bitcoin looking nice and then imploding. Looking like it got big. I got out of my longs. It just didn't look good to me. Looked like something shady was going down. So we'll see. We're going to talk about it. We're going to show you what's happening. I'm going to teach you what's possible. I'm going to show you how I made $2,000 in my sleep last night. If I could get this tie right. Some days you're put together. Some days you're just not put together. You know what I mean? It's just like, all right. There we go. Look like an animated cartoon over here. Shout out to all my beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate you all for being here, being patient. Okay? I love you, man. Shout out to Crypto Billy in the house. Thank you for jumping on in. I just feel you, man. I just feel you in my heart, man. It's like we're right there together, man, every time, man. Do you have like a tea or a coffee right next to you? God bless everybody here. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. I'm so excited to have a beautiful day with each and every one of you, to teach, to do what I've always loved to do, is just to teach. I was figuring out a way. I started with $500 and I became a multimillionaire. And I'm not bragging. I think it's a cool story. I think it's a really fun thing to say. I worked my butt off doing it. I still work my butt off every day to keep it and to have what I have. And I'm just blessed every day that each and every one of you give a dang. You realize that this isn't bragging. This is inspiration. This is reality. This is life. And I just want each and every one of you to learn what I've learned. If somehow, some way, what I teach, what I give you guys can help you get somewhere in life, and it can give you that opening in your mind, that positional strength, and you can just somehow just progress right through and turn it into something and turn it into money and turn it into a life, baby. That's what I'm here for. If I could do that for you, then hey, I'm doing something for myself because I feel like I have purpose. Everyone, I love you. I appreciate you. So we were talking about Bitcoin in the trading group last night, and I kept telling everyone, listen, really yesterday was amazing. I made $3,000 short in the market, just showing everyone, nothing big. My foot was killing me. I had to go to a doctor's appointment. I got home. I did 3 trades all throughout the day, and I just kept kicking it. I just kept hitting it. And I was proud. I was happy of the day. Everything was kind of going my way yesterday. Am I rhyming now? You know what I mean? But, and again, like, it's just one of those days, baby. It's just one of those days, right? So, yeah, I'm excited. And yesterday was just, I didn't take it too seriously. I really didn't. I started off small. Like, look at this. This is Mexi. I just started off small. Okay? I started off small. And what I like to do is take myself up here. Look. And look, this is a great 16:9 frame. You guys can be taken. I'm going to actually record this and probably cut it. I could cut it out myself, man. I'm getting better and better at the editing now. I'll send it to you, Sean, and then you could do the little fixins. So look, I mean, I just don't want to be a big shot here, but I just want to show you. So like, I remained calm all day, and I just took what the market gave me. Took 250. I didn't like what was going on. Raised my stop loss. Took $6. That's not $6,000. It looks like $6,000. It's $6. All right, I'd like it to be $6,000. Then I took $2. I didn't like what was going on again. Moved the stop loss to break even. They sniped me, right? Then I got back in again, liked what was going on, hit for 900. And I got back in again. Something shifted. I moved my stop loss to break even. They got me for 55. Okay, but look at that. I mean, it's not amazing, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins straight, right? I didn't catch a loss. The other two these are minimal. It's $8. But you can see right there, that's 300. That's $1,220 right there, right? And that's in I'm talking probably an hour and a half. You're making $1,200 in an hour and a half. Then I took a loss. I moved myself, they hit me. Then I went back in again. I saw something that I liked. And I took another, it's funny, 920. You know what I mean? And then I saw something I liked. I took another 1,000. Then I saw something. Then I started longing. Then I started realizing, the market had shifted. I took another $500. So you can see I clearly made almost $4,000 yesterday and included, a little bit in the afternoon. And then I took one L right here for $16, right? So this is how you trade. This is how you stay consistent. And you can see that's 10 trades, 1 loss. That's 10 trades, 1 loss. Am I wrong? Or 2 losses. You know what I mean? Come on now. And some of them are small, right? But it's about protecting the position. It's about maintaining. It's about continuing. It's about being able to know that you can do this. If I can do it, you can do it. If I can lose twice and hit 10, or 8, then you can do it too. And I just want you to know that anybody can achieve this, and it's not hard. It's very hard. It's not easy. Don't let, my dad said, if anyone tells you it's easy, get away from them. Okay? That's what my dad used to say to me every time. Someone tells you it's easy, get away from them. Nothing's easy, Sam. Nothing's easy. That's what my dad said every time. Someone tells you it's easy, kick the can down the road over here. Hey. So, and I made other gains other places too. I recently just traded the NASDAQ this morning. Okay? And we were able to take the NASDAQ for a nice little gainer. So yeah, it's, you just keep pushing. You just keep taking a little here, a little there. That's what I do. All right. And how did I trade the NASDAQ? The same way. Are we getting a pullback now? Yes, it seems. But we'll see. Only time will tell kind of where this will go. And where was I trading that? There it was on MEXC. I love MEXC. It's one of the greatest exchanges. It's so solid. What I like about MEXC too is when I make gains and Tether there, there's also good altcoins on MEXC. They just have access to the run of the mill. I've never seen anyone with more alts than MEXC. So never wore this shirt, never wore this tie. My dad, I've been looking at this tie for years. I thought it was a little too out there. Today I just said, you know what, I'm going for it. My dad had it in his collection. Shout out to Jimmy Price. I don't know where you bought this, Dad. I don't know when you got it. But man, he had a bunch of, my dad, to him, ties were fun, man. And he was always like, my dad was a bit of a, he was always trying to get a move on, man. And shout out to Jimmy Price, man. This is one of my dad's ties. Take a look at this puppy, man. Let's take a look at this thing. I mean, that's a tie, right? And it's like you can wear a tie and you can wear a tie over here. Let me tell you something, huh? No, so seriously though, have a sip of the lemon water. Don't play yourself. So we talked about Bitcoin, and the idea in the trading group last night was I'm looking for the bottom. How do I find the bottom? How did I know when to short? And I'm going to teach you this. It was very simple to me. As the cascade number 1, we lost the 200 moving average. I teach my students this, and then you look for the flags, right? This is a descending triangle, you see? That's a short, right? Then you can see it kind of made a bear flag and couldn't get back above the 200 moving average. That's a short. Then you can see here, it just kept making what's called a descending triangle. You see what I'm saying? The slanted top with the flatter bottom, and to me, they just dump. They just love to dump. Like, it's like one of the greatest patterns to short. And then I said to my trading group here, I said, listen, like, it's got to make an inverted head and shoulder. We got to get a reversal pattern. What I know is price action can't leave the geometrical, mathematical universe we live in. You understand? This is crazy. So price action, when it comes up, it has to make a double top. It has to make a shoulder, head and shoulder. Somewhere there's a geographic representation of a top or bottom. I'm telling you right now, it never doesn't do it. It never does not do it, right? Every time. Okay? Every single time. And so then here, when we got here, I started saying, okay, this could be the one, right? But then we started, and then I even drew this though. I said, but it looks like we could be rolling over. And I gave this to my students. I gave this to you guys. I said, I don't know. I'm so sorry I was the bearer of bearish news yesterday, but I just kept calling short after short after short. Did anyone make massive gains with me yesterday shorting the market? Did anyone just stick with me, either had your own plan or got the education with me? And did anyone just stick with it and just keep hitting it every single time? Yesterday was cool, man. And again, I'm sure people made way more money than me. I never try to be a big shot. I'm just someone that wants to be consistent. I can make $3 to $5 grand a day every single day or every few days when I'm just continuing to trade. It's going to add up over time. Absolutely. Put a 333 if you made gains shorting the market with me. If you learned, put a 444 if you've never shorted before, but you learned how to short with me. I want to know how many people have learned how to short the market watching me. Anybody out there? Put a 444 if you've never shorted, but you shorted yesterday, or if you never shorted, but you learned how to short with the lifer. Just want to see the type of people we got. I want to see who we're getting to. I see a lot of 333s. People made a bunch of gains. I see some 444 coming in there. I see another 444 coming in there. I see another one. Okay. So I'm teaching people how to go long and short. Short and long. I like it. Look at this. Crypto Weirdo with the triple, the quadruple threes. Or I think he did it 5 times. And this is what I'm talking about. I teach actionable things here. People use what I learn on the stream to actually make gains. They don't just learn information. We don't regurgitate news. We show you what the charts are doing on a daily basis. I made 30K yesterday. This dude's on some. Wow. That's some gains. I'm getting better at shorting than long and shaking my head. Well, that's what you're supposed to be in the downtrend. So you're doing what you got to do, man. I like it. God bless you, bro. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. I made 2K yesterday, weirdo on the game. I love y'all. I want to talk to you guys. I want to hear what people are saying. The guys and girls, the crypto lifers, the lifers and lifettes, baby. Everybody out here doing their thing. The trend is your friend. Amen. So I saw something that was not too great here. I'm looking over Bookmap, and they got liquidity down to 55,000, saying this thing ain't over. Everyone thinks max pain is set in, and then it could be even more max pain. So there's a bunch of things we got to look at right now. It's a little sketchy, and, you know, we'll break it down as we continue to kind of follow through here. But so far, so good on the day. The 1 hour does look like it could reverse. So anyway, we just kept shorting the market yesterday. This is the big short I put out, if you remember. And it was saying we were going, and yeah, you could extend that even. Yeah, it was saying we were going down to 60,000. You know, 65. And I even started seeing levels at 60,000. If you were in my trading group, I kept giving shorts, man. This was the easy one, though. Shoulder, head, right shoulder, the entry right there. I'm pretty sure I gave this on the live stream. If not, you definitely saw it. Bitcoin getting a little bit of a bump here back to 68.4. I like it. And I'll tell you, I have a long on the daily going because I just think it's worth to go at it. So I made $3,000 today, or a little under, but in the last few days, yesterday was even. In 2 days, I've made a good amount of money. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's not tons of money. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just showing you that I'm a consistent trader. That's all I want you to understand. It's not about the money. It's about the process. If I'm going to be $99 a month, you want to hang out with me. You know, I figured you want to hang out with the guy that kept it calm, cool, and collected in one of the biggest dumps in the game. And just back at it every single day with no stress. And I bought more Bitcoin too, in bulk. I bought Bitcoin in bulk, and I'm going to tell you why. All right? Because every single time the fear and greed got to 9, I bought more Bitcoin. And honestly, I've never seen this not call the bottom. I mean, that's like, either we go into another black swan, and they just, and if it isn't the bottom, we're 10%. I can't see how we're not 15% from the bottom. I've been through this 100 times, everyone. This is just simply not 100 times, but enough. And not just in Bitcoin, in other assets. I got my butt handed to me with Gevo stock one time. So I've been through it. All right. I've done this for a long time. I've traded pharmaceuticals. I traded Bitcoin. I traded gold and silver. I traded the Toronto Stock Exchange, the New York Stock Exchange. I had an Interactive Brokers account where I could trade China market, London market. Okay. I've just been in the grind, man. I've put my hands on hundreds of exchanges, from Webull to all different types of stuff, right? And, Weeks, Bitcoin, when Binance first came out, I was on it. I was on Bittrex when it first started. It's now not even here anymore. BitTrex or however you want to call it. Heavy volatility today as Bitcoin's getting back to 68,100. I'm out of the trades already, and I'm kind of happy that I am. I could see that there was treachery today. What I did just do is take a portion of what I made and risk it for the biscuit to see if the daily can get a jump. I just want to see if the daily can close a green candle, but it also could be kind of like, I'm wondering if I should just wait for the daily to close like it's supposed to. But that's kind of high risk today on the market. See it just moving around so much. Anyway, let's do our top-down analysis. This morning, I saw the 1 minute break above the 200 moving average. That's new. And then last night, I just got into the fact that I could see this flag last night forming on the 5 minute and the 1 minute. You see, it was an ascending triangle. We finally got an inverted head and shoulder here too. I put out this flag to the group here on the 15-minute time frame. It looked like it was going to break out. I said, watch this 15-minute bull flag as we went to sleep. This was one right here. And I just kind of, and you're like, no, you didn't, Sam. You're such a smooth talker. And you just got the voice and the BS and the and you're just, this is what you do. No. I have all the receipts for everything that I do. And I just want, this is also a great just ad if you wanted to be in my trading group. Like, I work my butt off. I don't know if anyone posts more than me and shows you more information detailed, because my mom was a teacher. But like yesterday at 11 p.m., we're looking for this to break out. This is the flag you buy when you touch the 21. The 21-day moving average becomes entry. Stochastics get low. This will curve or hit the dotted line. And then you know you're in there like swimwear. I start watching it when the 21 starts to curve like this. I know there's a chance. And then we go up to the 200 moving average. So I'm looking for the 15 to come. When the 15 hits the 200, that's when I believe would be a good time to get out. You see? And so I just this is what I do. And then I gave a video update explaining all this and everything and why I believed we were going to move to the upside. So you don't just get like a video. You get see? And this is the 4-hour dream scheme that this could come up, make it inverted, and we can actually get back somewhere that matters, right? But, only time will tell. Okay? I also bought more Bitcoin. Every time we had in this little dip here, I was like, man, I'm going to buy more. That was looking treachery, looking like I was going to make the descending triangle. And I said, listen, we have to get a candle close out of this. Otherwise, this could descend down. And that's how I traded it all day. And then here's the idea on the 4-hour. You get in right here with a stop below the wick. And that did play out. So I gave real simple ways to trade. Like, you don't have to think about 1,000 things. You don't have to study. This is literally getting in on a green candle. Because when green candles close next to a red one, there's technically a move to the upside. No one wants to trade it this simple because they don't want to give it away, but you got to give it away if you know you have it forever. So I have abundance of knowledge, so I can continue to give it away because God will continue to provide. Understand? Once you're tapped into the source will never end with the energy. How do I go every single day? My foot is hurt. I'm an Achilles tendon ripped, and I'm sitting here with a boot on. I really am. You'd be like, no way, this guy's out of his mind. No, I got a boot on, man. I got an air cast on right now, man. I'm not playing around. Like, I'm RoboCop, bro. And I'm still here making gains, not complaining, no whining, not taking the pain meds, falling asleep all day. I do what I got to do to manage pain. I'm not saying I don't take any medication. I do what I have to, but I'm pretty good about not trying to be consistent about it. And I don't want to get into my trading. I want to keep my mind sharp and keep going. So come with us every single day on the journey inside the Discord. You'll love it. CryptoLifer.com. It is what it is, man. Every single day. All right? I got to promote the best because I think it is. Most affordable premium Discord in the game. $99 a month. You can't beat it. You just can't. And we even give discounts if you pay for multiple months or you get in for the year. And if you can go to CryptoLifer.com, we make it so simple. Hit the subscribe button, $99, $270, or $999 for the year. Jump on in today, baby. Jump on in today. Okay, so look. Now we're starting to do the do. 5 minute is now in a flag above the 200 moving average. You see? This is my sauce. So now we can also live trade here. And it looks like we may be getting the love right now. So remember, I've got a long on the daily right now. And I'm going to show you all that. I got to do the top down analysis. Wow, we got a lot to do. We're behind the 8 ball right now. I'm talking too much about my tie. All right? I got to get things cooking and going. Let's take a look. See here. Fooders. I got to go to the fooders. Yeah, the footers? The fooders. Yeah, the fooders. Okay, so here's my week's account. My daily scalp account. And it's good to have different accounts for different things. Different strokes for different folks. You know what I mean? So here we are on weeks. You can see now I'm touching the 21 above the 200 moving average. Things are starting to look interesting as we could continue further to the upside. Make this tweezer bottom on the daily and get these moves. Money flow increasing, people were saying. And I got it if you want to see it. So this head and shoulder spooked me this morning. And I did get out of my trades around right here. And I was up, so I took the money. Now I'm wondering what I can go back in with risk, right? That's what I like about selling. You're up 2,000 on the day. Now you can risk $500 now for 15 with ease. If I didn't make any trades or if I lost already, it's like, dang. Or if I was still in trades, it's like, well, now you have to add a risk every time, right? So this is likely to continue up to the 200 moving average. I've seen it many times. And there's a couple ideas that we could go for. The shoulder, this head, this kind of right shoulder. Shoulder up all the way in a right shoulder. But I'm just looking for some type of repetitive pattern that I've watched many times in my life. And I'm looking for that. And again, does it mean it's going to happen for sure? No. You could almost extend like this and say, wait, maybe you just make another descending triangle. And And that's simple. If this gets rejected here and we start to roll over, it's going to be a head and shoulder pattern. See, shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. And like we're going to make an entry here with a stop above there. And honestly, these were playing out very, very well. Why does this look somewhat likely right now? Just because everyone thinks we're recovering, and it'll be a really good way to wreck everyone. Like, so you dump it, but then you pick the first type of recovery. My TA's picking up a recovery, right? So they'll get me going. But see, I've learned this is my new strategy. I guess I never really did this before, but like when the market started to short this time, my mind just knew exactly what to do. I just let my subconscious mind take control. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing a lot of times. I'm being honest. Like, my subconscious mind just does it because I fed it all the information that it needed. Okay? Brand new mic, the SMB7B. All right, this is the new SMB7. They came out like a year and a half ago, and I waited, but now, so if you could tell, there's a little more bass, a little clarity, because we spent another $598 on a brand new mic. Okay? Because we don't play around, because we want you guys to have the best. All right? The best camera, the best audio. This is how it has to be. It's the Crypto Lifer Show, man. I worked for David Letterman, if you didn't know, in the TV industry. And, I knew what the best is. We had the nicest equipment. I knew what, So I can't work for the best and know what the best is and not give myself the best. That just ain't going to happen, all right? That's just where I come from. I come from my grandfather, Anyway, no one cares, Sam. Shut up and do the charts. All right, sorry. Stop talking about yourself. No one wants to hear it. All right. Dang it. It was so hard on me. I know, because you got to smarten up. All right. Not in front of everybody, all right? Don't do this right now. All right, so, two things could happen. I'm open-minded. Looks like I'm missing out on a nice little move here, though. Like, this 5-minute is in a nice flag here. Touch of the 21. Looks like it wants to go to the 200 moving average, above the 200. Looks like it wants to continue up here to the upside. So, up 1,200. My mind says 300 for 900 makes sense. You could still be down. You could still be up on the day. I got to do it quicker than... So we want to get to 70,767, 762, whatever. And then the stop loss has to be it's got to be below this previous wick here. Very important. And if I can get below the 200 on the one, I don't know sure where that is. But it's about, 67, 489. It's 67, 522, but 523. Kind of like to stay below the 500 psychologically. But, okay. And so we spin it. And there's 300 for 900. I like it. And that's a nice scalp of the day. Let's just see if I can get it back to the 200, back to the 21 here. I don't know. They're playing games. It's getting close. Looks like it might spike any time, but I might chase too, and then it comes back to the bottom of the pattern. You got to think clearly here. Take patience. Take a deep breath. Like, what I'm looking for is this, but it looks like it just might actually just skyrocket. Either way, I'm okay. I could take a little bit of drawdown, realistically. But if I could get the bottom of the pattern, it would be like, come on, baby, come back down on a red, and I snatch down here. You see what I'm doing? I just, I want to perfect the entry to I like my entries to be almost perfect if they can be. I know there's no such thing as perfect in anything in life, but you got to just do the best you can. I'm going to take this entry before it gets away from me. Seems like there's just a lot of pressure here. And again, I could easily get stopped out. I'm still up on the day. It doesn't matter. But I'm gonna jump on in there. And let's see. I mean, that was the fastest $25 I ever made, right? And $25 in 20 seconds. Let's see. It may not hold that way, but dang, right? Now we got some, Look at this. Look at that. $30. And it's funny. You could take the trade, make $30 in literally under a minute. I don't know anywhere else you can get $20 in under a minute. But hey, again, it's unrealized. It hasn't happened yet. I don't even want to go there yet, Let's see what happens. We got it on the line. Let's see if we can make a nice little scalp to the upside here. Could have waited patiently for the move back down. We might get it too. We'll see. There's a battle right here on this 5-minute candle. Unbelievable. Volatility. And Friday can be tough. Yeah, see, the 1 minute showed me that I could have just waited. But this is okay. I like this. This is getting nice and tight. And I'm expecting just, that could take 20, 30 minutes of tightness and then we get the rip. How could you know that? Well, you can hit this plus bar and hit shift and go sideways. And it's going to give you 34 minutes. See what I mean? Till we get to the end. So this could take 20 minutes. We might get the pump at like 11:15. You know? So I'm in right now on a nice little scalp. We'll see what happens. Bitcoin live trading, Bitcoin cryptocurrency live trading here with Sam Price, the Crypto Lifer. Thank you so much for jumping on in. We appreciate you. And I'm going to educate you as I do it. That's what it's paid by numbers, folks. If you can't see me do it, then you can't learn how to do it, right? You got to learn. This is what I was missing. I watched so many people on YouTube, and they showed me their trading this, and you could learn this, and they showed me videos like tutorials, but I never saw them use it. Show me how you do it. You know, do it. I'm a learn. I got to watch someone do something to learn it, right? I think we're all that way. I think humans learn great. I'm a visual learner too. And so I was like, man, this is missing for me. So I knew it was missing for me. So I had to bring it to the table for others. So that's what spawned what I did here as on the Crypto Lifer Show. I just knew I wanted to see the live trading, man. And I just never could see it. You know, other people would show their trades from the night before, this and that, but like, show me the money, baby. Why did you get in and how? What indicators are you using? How do you stay confident? Like, and can you do this repetitively? Does your stuff that you talk about work every day? Like, do you have the guts to really be transparent every single day and show it what you're doing? Or is it all smoke and mirrors? Right? So, actionable education is what you get here on this channel. Actionable education. Look, I mean, I only put $2,800 in. I'm already up $50. Hey, we'll see. Well, looks like we're going to get a pump below ski to the up ski. I mean, that's looking nice. We might even get that consolidation, right? And there she goes, baby. There she goes, 68.6, the high of the day, right? Since we opened last night, we have not been this high. So there we go. And look, we're almost up 3%, man. I told you I could be, show me 3%. Show me 3% before I look like a fool over here. So I can say I'm the king of 3%. Nobody makes 3% more than me over here. The king of 3%, man. Show them. You were 290, man. You're playing with me. 3%. We can kind of make a deal, huh? Oh, no. Back to 2. Ay. Every percentage matters. And we'll see. I could still get wrecked. This could turn into, you know, a fake out. Let's do our top-down analysis now for Bitcoin. That's what I'm known for, is doing a top-down analysis here for BTC. Going over Bitcoin from the monthly all the way back down and kind of showing you what I'm seeing in my mind and what is the most likely scenario. So we could see that we were going to dump. We've been calling it for a long time. A couple things that I had the hidden bullish. I kept saying, could that hold? But I never did it on the weekly. I mean, on the monthly. I told you the most likely scenario is we're going to dump on the 5-day chart because the trend's not your friend. I mean, if you're bullish, right? This looked likely. And honestly, this says you're not done yet. And Bitcoin really likes to hit the measured move. I've seen it many times. So here's the real measured move. There it is. I'm just going to be real direct with it. And let's make this nice and big. I don't know why I always make people squint. And this is what we're looking for here. I just love the new setup, man. I worked so hard in my office before my foot got hurt. It's almost like God knew my foot was going to get hurt, and I had this energy. I was building in here, and I could still do the building, but now I can't move as fast now. I set up a whole nother CloudBot computer that's running AI posts for me. I got little AI bots running game. I got so much going on. It's amazing. And, I feel like I'm like, what is it, man? Dr. Magoo. I don't know, whatever, Dr. Magoo. Or I just, Dr. Magoo. But I feel like I'm like, this hurt. Like I'm hurt and I'm inside this little warship and I'm just like running a battle station. You know what I mean? And I think I'm going to produce more content than ever. I'm going to take over the internet in a big way this year because I'm going to have so much time to kind of think and plot about my how we're going to move. So get ready, man. I'm taking this brand and this whole entire thing to the next level. Me and my team as well, not just me. It's a group of people behind me that help every single day. So anyway, the monthly's looking interesting. All right. Just wanted to say, we kept talking about how and look, we could still be going down to about $53,000, $52,000. So that's not off the table yet. Bookmap also is presenting this idea. Look at all the liquidity down here, 54, 55,000. So it's telling us, hey, this may not be over yet. This may be the dead cat bounce that draws people in. This just may not be over yet, right? So we'll see what happens. Look, I am the king of 3%. 3.3, that is, and so look, there was no drawdown so far. You never know. I think we were down like $10 at one point or something. But I try I really, really do what I can to perfect the entry. You know what I mean? Because I've been doing it for so long, and I've entered so many trades, thousands and thousands of times. It's just every time I want to tweak, is there another piece of an edge? Is there something I can gain? And honestly, nothing beats the 21 over the 200 moving average. Like, it's just nothing beats it. If your indicator works, it's doing the same thing as this. I don't care whatever you're using. I don't care who you've learned from, thousands of whatever. It's, man, the videos you watched, it's all getting enveloped in this. Like, it's inside of the 21 being above the 200. Like, whether you're doing PD arrays, right, where you're looking for the highs and lows, whatever you're doing, it doesn't matter. Whether you're doing Elliott wave theory, whether you're doing support or resistance, like there is your previous resistance. A support and resistance guy would buy this right here. Look, resistance, you bounced, buy right there, put a stop below that way. Bang, in the money, right? And look at this thing starting to climb, and you can see there's a W there. Like, I'm not the only one, right? I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. Sorry. Just love Kurt Cobain, man. I grew up in the 80s, man. Not now, Sam. You leave that stuff off the street. So, anyway, this is, and again, I could lose and get smacked right down. I don't want to be the cocky trader. Don't call me a loser when I lose. Don't call me a genius when I win. This is just another day in my trading set, right? But this is just kind of what I do. And I don't usually trade Fridays, but there's definitely some movement going on. And there's a lot of volatility today after the dumpage. So you got to figure there's going to be something to go our way. So there we go. Let's get back to the top down. I'm going to start with the monthly, and we're going to go from there. So we were looking at the fact that this could be a hidden bull, but it didn't play out as such. And we just got into the dotted line. Last time we had that, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months of pain before we got out of this. Realistically, Bitcoin has come to the 786. Look at the last dump it had on the month, right? It came to the 786 Fibonacci retracement. And when it dumped this time here, it was lower at it just basically did something very similar. Okay. And so every time I've seen these bigger dumps, which I've only seen 2 now because we've only been through 2 massive bull markets. This is the third. 1, 2, 3. That was the third bull market for Bitcoin for me. I got to just do the same thing I've been doing. It's not about, everyone talks about Bitcoin and Bitcoin cycle. I've learned that every asset just does the same thing over and over again. Like, whether it's the NASDAQ, whether it's big, it doesn't matter what it does, right? So this is telling me that we may have a really good chance, the DCA here, all the way back down to 37K. Okay? And that's just, that's just the reality of things. That's just the facts of life. It's okay. I know it's not easy for people to swallow. I know it's not what you want to hear. I know it's not like, oh my gosh. All right? But these are just the facts, right? These are just the facts. This is how it could go. And I'm just going over it for you. And again, we still, by December of 2027, we're back at 87,000. And so, right, a year and a half from now, you're in the money on all of these buys. And so, I just keep working right now. I keep buying real estate. I keep collecting the rent on the real estate that I created. See, now I got cash flow. See, I made money buying, trading cryptocurrency. I sell those for gains into US dollars. I put the US dollars into cash flowing real estate. The real estate produces rental income and Airbnb income that flows back to me every single month that I then can use for whatever I would like. Either, to create a collateral balance sheet, right? To borrow against, or to use, what I like to do is when this cash flow, and then when this starts, and then I put this into Bitcoin, and then boom. And over time, Bitcoin just continues to go up, and then I don't put it all in Bitcoin. I might put it in a classic car, right? Something that I enjoy, right? I might buy a classic car or 1957 Chevy or so. Who knows? You know what I mean? Whatever I feel the need. But mainly it's back into, and when this piles up and gets too high, and I feel like it's a liability to have too much cash, I put it back into cash flowing real estate, which comes back into here. And so this is what I'm doing. This is what I do. And then eventually the real estate produces so much cash flow a month, you can live off of it, number one. All right. Number two, so then you can, and then when you can live off your cash flow and your real estate, it gives you the ability to really expand your other businesses. Like when you don't have a monkey on your back, you can market, you can believe in yourself, and then you can actually enjoy your life. Like I go after enjoyment, and so enjoyment creates a reward system. I played puzzles with my daughter yesterday. I spent a lot of time with my 4.5-year-old daughter. She's only going to be 4.5 for so long. And I still made gains, short in the market, did my thing, and I was home with my kids. So like, if you produce a lifestyle that creates reward, that's a really key too. That's important. So look, we're up now 9% on the trade. It's up 250. Imagine making an extra 250 a day off of $2,800. It's not like a tons of money. That's like a really good return right there of 7.8, 7.7%. And it's not there for sure yet. Once we get back up into this level, we're going to move this stop loss to break even. I'm going to protect the position. And again, don't do anything you see here. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't think I'm saying you should be taking as financial advice. I'm just showing you a reality TV show of my life. This is my life. And I'm just kind of teaching you what I do, okay, over time. And then I speculate some on altcoins, and sometimes I lose my money speculating on altcoins. But I don't put all my money on it. You see what I mean? And have a long-term plan if I do decide to go in. So, Crypto Lifer mug by BTCC, which is really nice. They made these for me. Super nice. Super, super nice. And I'm just drinking lemon water right out of this, guys. Nothing crazy. A little bit of salt. I feel like I forgot the salt today. Would have liked it. So this could be a possibility, everyone. I just want you to understand. So yeah, like we could get our purses ready for a nice, beautiful DCA here. Okay? And it's about, and again, I know not many people might be where I'm at with like streams. But the idea is to believe. I didn't have these streams of income. I was on a night shift at 34 years old, 35 years old. My dad didn't teach me this. I learned this all online. And then I studied people that had way more money than me. And I've learned, okay, and I'm a nothing but, I'm not, and I'm very small compared to most. There's people, like, I'm just trying to teach you, hey, this is how a small guy did it from a middle class family. And I believe in you. And I believe it's possible for you too. Like, it's all possible for every one of us. But we got to believe. We got to believe that it's possible. It all starts with your mind. If you don't believe it's possible, then it's not. You got to believe it's possible. I haven't even looked at the viewership today. How many people we got here on the stream? 1,364 beautiful souls here on the live. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Taking advantage of this opportunity. All right. Retail's back, man. They like these prices. Retail's getting smarter. They come in at the bottom now, not at the top. Right. So this is a possibility. I'm not saying this is going to happen for sure, but it's definitely a possibility. What's crazy is we could even get a slanted right shoulder here and have this still kind of come to the downside, right? All possibilities for us. Could it bounce and start to make a move back up? Anything, Could you have like a weird inverted? You never know. I'm open-minded, folks. But to me, it's kind of more likely we come down to the 786 because that's what I've seen every single time. That would bring us back down to about, $40,000 BTC. Okay? 39, 38. I keep seeing 38K as this massive bear market wick. And I could be wrong. But, and there's a lot of chop here and there's some good support. Resistance here at about 57. So we have this line here at about 58. So what a lot of people are doing is they're putting a lot of order, they're a lot of people long with stop losses down in here. So look at all the liquidity now that could get liquidated from basically 54,000 all the way to 59.6. So it's a little sketchy for sure. We don't know if, okay, look, so we came up, we came down. See, I could still lose the money. You never know. And it's a Friday with heavy volatility, so but that's literally a bullish retest that could give us a nice pump back to the upside. I don't know why I got so many lines here on weeks. And so we're looking for a bullish retest of a bump to the upside. We don't want to see this thing collapse. And you want to see, is it a rejection of it's a rejection of the 15-minute 200 moving average, right? See? And so what we're looking for now is we're looking for something like this. I'm going to delete my work here, which I thought I just did. We're looking for something like this. We're looking for this to flag out with the 21 on this 15-minute. We need the 21 to come into play here. And you're like, well, how do you know this? And this is just how it has to happen. I don't know why I know, but I do. You got to trust my subconscious mind on that. It's not me talking. It's the years and years of data that I compiled for you in my brain. I'm telling you, I know it sounds so insane. And honestly, I could see myself possibly getting stopped. The chance I just take my 97 and see how I keep the streaks alive. I take little amounts constantly. But what if it just skyrockets and I miss out on a massive pump? That's okay. I don't have to stress that, right? So like I could even move this to break even, which I did, right? Actually, I got the partial there. I just X the partial off. I move the stop up, right? So I can't lose any money now. It's in the $14 gain or something like that. You see? Up 14. Now, why would I do something like this if I believe it's looking good and I made the trade on the smaller time frame? I'm just starting to see that price action is looking like it could be breaking down some bear div on there. And so I got taken out for a tiny amount. You see that? And you're like, wow, what did you do that for? Because now I understand that the 15-minute is likely going to go more sideways. And again, I could hide all this from you, and this is not flip-flopping. This is understanding positional strength. I don't know what's going to happen to Bitcoin, but I know how to protect the purse every single time. Okay? Other people don't have control of their emotions the way I do, so they can't trade this way. Because they're stuck. They're stuck in thought. They can't, they think too many things, and each time they think, they get an emotion. The emotion takes over the thought, and they're in a thought cycle of emotion. This is what happens. Thought creates emotion. Emotion creates uneasiness. Uneasy creates anxiety, which creates more thoughts. Thoughts go to emotion. Emotion creates anxiety and uneasiness, which creates more thoughts. And you do this. How do I know? I used to do it all the time. Okay? How do I stop doing it? I got my subconscious mind to know what it wanted or what it desired to see, and I let it see what it sees and move. I don't block it from doing what it needs. It's almost like if you have an employee and you teach them what you want. What if you had an employee, you have a small, I'm going to give a really simple metaphor, but you have a small business, and it's a general store. All right, this is really simple. Like, we're not going to make it too crazy. You got a general store, small business, and you just have an employee at the cashier. And you teach them the cashier, but every time they do it, you just run in front and like, oh, no. And you're just like, you're afraid they're not get the numbers right. You're afraid they're not going to get the receipt right. And like, next thing you know, like, the store's not running right because you're constantly getting in the way of the other employee. That's what you want to do. Is like your mind becomes an employee, your subconscious mind. You employ it by giving it all the information you can. You train it, and then you let it do what it's supposed to do. You see? This is a rejection by the 15-minute 200. I was likely going to lose $300. Okay, I protected the position. Now, it wasn't even just a $14 win. It was not a $300 loss. That's a bigger deal, right? So technically, it was a $300 win in my mind. You see what I mean? So now we look, and I'm not giving up on the position of the day, and I'm not giving up on the possibility of more. I'd like to see this 21 come into play now, though. And to me, this is the next big trade that I should be really focusing on, because it has the lowest risk and the highest win rate. Understand? So now I'm giving up a lower risk trade for a better risk trade too as well, which is putting me in a better opportunity cost. If you ever take economics, you'll learn what opportunity cost is. It means that sometimes every time you do something, there's the cost of not doing something else. The opportunity cost, right? If I decide to drive to this store and buy bread, then I can't get the discount at the other store that might have been there. Whatever it is, right? This is a very simple and astute example, but I'm just kind of, grasping from straws here as I'm running fast. But the idea is, you know what I'm saying. So, same idea here when it comes to this trade, okay? And I know how the 200 works. And now the sad thing is, too, I always want to be ready for what I don't believe could happen. Like, what if what if this turns into some massive dumpage and, that liquidity does get rated here on Bookmap? Doesn't mean it's going to happen for sure, but it's a possibility, right? And so I'm just kind of looking at these ideas and making sure I'm protected in case. All right, let's get back to the long-term analysis here. So the idea is the monthly could be headed back down here to 40,000 at the 786 Fibonacci. That's kind of what's happened every time. If this is and then Bitcoin would just continue its cycle like it always did. Okay. There is a bit of a spider line cooking here. Somewhat interesting. That could play out. Not saying it can for sure, but that could end up being some support zones. And we could get a bounce. The one thing is the 9. I mean, the 9 on this is like, I've never seen that not be the bottom. If this isn't the bottom, it would be the first time I've ever seen 9 and it wasn't the bottom. However, we did go to 9 and 10 at that 84,000, and that was a temporary bottom, not a true bottom. Right? Now, what if this turns green and just rips and I miss out? So be it. I'll wait for the 21 to reconnect again somewhere up in here. I will miss out on a little bit of a move, but that doesn't mean I still can't trade later. I will have to be patient to wait my turn though, and I can't chase. The key is not to chase, okay? If you cannot chase, you're doing something really good. The key is not to chase. You know, just ask yourself, am I chasing? Because if you're chasing, you're using fear. All right? It's a fake emotion acting real. You're telling yourself that it's not going to, there's no way it's going to be again. Every time you're doing a rash move in trading, you're picking fear over gratitude or love too. Like if you stay in gratitude and love, you can maintain. So you're like, all right, I'm in gratitude and love. I'm right where I need to be. I'm in the present moment. I'm not worried about the past and breaking myself down. I'm not stressed about the future of what could or couldn't be. All I can do is plan for here and now and be here and now. I always tell everyone, if you're going through a lot of anxiety, you're stressed out, like right now, I could be worried. Last night I sat there and I started daydreaming about them cutting open my leg. They're going to put me to sleep. They're going to turn me around and the doctor's going to look at each other and they're going to be like, okay. And they're going to take a scalpel and they're going to cut open my skin. You know what I mean? Sorry, anyone who's woozy right now. I don't mean to do that to you, but I'm just going over the facts. And I started feeling a bit nauseous. Like I was like, oh God. And I was like, where does the blood go? I said to my wife, what happens? And she goes, don't worry. She's like, you're not going to know. Just don't think about it. You know what I mean? And she's like, I wish I could have made your surgery sooner. She's like, you have a week to think about this stuff, 2 weeks to think about it. But I'm 1 week down from my injury and one more week to go. And I'm going to get, and it's like, damn, man, I'm in pain now, but I know the pain's going to probably be worse once they slice me open, right? And so there's a lot going on that I'm just kind of like, I'm not sure about. And all I can do is take it one day at a time and stay in the present moment. So if I can do it, you can too. Understand? And I believe God did this to me so I could kind of show people how much my faith in God is helping me get through this. If I don't submit to God here, it's why am I going through this? What's happening to me? There's a lot of complaining. There's a lot of pain. But when I just go, you know what? Man, God has a plan for me. And I don't know what it is, but I submit to it. I'm in such good shape. Because then I realize that something great is going to come of this. Because something great has always come of my relationship with God and my relationship with whatever's happened through that. And, and through this injury, I can really preach the word of God in a way I never could before, man. And so I already see this as a win. Already, I feel like I just feel more compassionate, more connected to the world already. All the people I've seen walking around with a limp, and now I really like, dang, man, I remember, I've seen people with these boots on. I've seen people, and I'm like, okay, I get it now. It's time for me to slow down. It's time for me to breathe. It's time for me to see the world in a different way. I'm a fast mover. Now I got to sit here. So you got to use everything in your life as a positive, folks, no matter what it is. And you got to train your brain to get like that. I trained my brain for this moment. If anyone could have got hurt like me and use it in a positive way, you know what I mean? So I got to do it. I got to stay positive. There's nothing else, and I spent more time with my kids. I slow down now. I've already seen life in this week since I've been like, quote unquote, felt more, somewhat crippled. I can't run. I can't do the things I've been doing my entire life. 100% of my life, I was able to do these things since I was 1 year old. I can't do things I've been able to do my whole life. It was taken from me in one night, in one moment. You know what I mean? And that's humbling, man. And, this isn't a broken leg. A broken leg comes back. This is a serious injury. Your Achilles tendon being snapped is a serious rupturing. It's a serious injury. It's a no joke injury. And it's something that I got to deal with, and I got to put a lot of work into rehab if I want to get the strength of my leg back. It's going to take a lot out of who I am and what's made me, and each and every one of you helping me too, man. My community, I know you guys are going to be there for me. So I just I got to sit back and let the healing do its thing. I got to pray as much as I can. And I just got to focus on the positive end result, right? And same thing in trading, everyone. Same thing with your portfolio. If you got liquidated, it's putting so much into perspective for me. And in the same time this all happened, Bitcoin gets completely rocked. And it's so like, wow, it's a very humbling experience for me. Like these things could have happened at different times, but they happened at the same time. Anyway. So do we come back here to the 786 Fibonacci 4040? That just looks like it could happen. I think it's something we have to keep on the radar, sad to say. And how it'll happen is it could make another flag here. And then eventually just that flag will take us down, right? And what's crazy is another 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks of sideways price action. And then we come down. I keep getting 38,000, 786. I keep getting $38,000 Bitcoin. And there's like a lot of support right there. See it? It's where these two shoulders hit too. Which is like, you know, it makes sense. And then we hit the 2-week 200 moving average too. So, yeah, I don't mean to be the bearer of bears news, and I'm not trying to say I'm by all means, if I can catch the bottom, I will. Trust me. I'll be one of the first people to catch a bottom. But we'll see. Let's take a look at the weekly now. The weekly bounced off this 200 moving average. Oversold. Previous resistance. And then it came back down to 58. Wow, and again, remember when I told you, once the daily lost the 200 moving average, and we opened up the short there at 1077 on the right shoulder, boom, and then there was even a shoulder, head and shoulder there. And then we made this, it's crazy, right? It was a beautiful ascending triangle with the bull trap, came down, shoulder, head, right shoulder, resisted the two areas, dropped to the downside, right? It's almost like it wasn't, for us, anyone watching the channel, I don't think it was a surprise, right? Was any of this a surprise to anybody watching the channel? I think I was going over the bearsness for months, man. Ever since we saw the bearish divergence on the monthly. You know. Just keep going, Sammy. It'll all work out. Seeker, SKR, top gainer. Thank you. Yeah. Let's catch these bottoms. True to vertebrae, they cut my throat, move my esophagus, fix the bones. You're going to be all right, brother. That's insane, bro. What you just said sounds insane. And you were okay? Okay. Thank you. You just put it into perspective. Oh my God. That's what I love about this show, man. The stories I hear from each and every one of you really change the way I think about it. Unbelievable. There's no pain on earth that heaven can't heal. Amen. I love you. You see, this is the coolest group of people I've ever wanted to be around, man. I've never been around such smart thinking, such God connected, such amazing. This algorithm has produced such a beautiful community. I put myself out there and it recreated me through you and each and every one of you guys in God's grace. Like together we all come back inside of our own, and we have our own thoughts. We're all different people, but man, the frequency is high. That's what brings us all together at the end of the day. The frequency is high. Okay? Bitcoin doing some damage here. Back at almost 69K, right? And now we can start to see, maybe we're going to get the juice. It's hard not to chase. The 21 teaches me to be patient. Even if there's a rip, it might rip up and I might miss out. But it's okay, don't worry. I got another long-term trade cooking. Remember, we got this trade on the daily in case this thing rips. And we're already using some of the gains that we made here too, but that daily looks like it's going to bounce. At least back up there. Okay? And if you can believe it, I still can't. Coming up on a week now, but last Sunday I was on Fox News. Unbelievable. I don't know how this stuff happens, but yeah, it was just insane. I'm on Fox 5 News this last weekend, man, on the DC channel. Like I didn't make this Chiron. This is not AI. Like I was on the news, man. It still makes me laugh, man. It's amazing. So, man, we're just getting started here on this channel. We're getting recognized. People know, man. People can see what's happening. And we're helping the world every single day with God's grace too. And it's been an amazing journey. Bless everybody here. Thank you so much for being amazing. So the hopium copium is that this is a bottom. You know, and none of that big sauce that I showed you plays out. And we make some beautiful inverted head and shoulder here. We do rip back to the upside. The bearishness is that we go sideways here and we dump out a bear flag to the downside. The charts will tell us what's going to happen, folks. It's kind of simple. Either we'll make this descending triangle like I was showing you on the 1 minute, even here on the daily, or we'll make an inverted head and shoulder. It's like it has two choices. One takes us down, one takes us up. And it's all about how you look at it and your perspective too. But if you have the right perspective, you can nail it. And again, if this daily candle closes, I make a long with a stop loss below. I'm front running it. I'm front running the fact that it's going to close green. You see? But we don't know for sure. Like, there's no guarantees. But I'm front running the idea that it can close green. You know? So that's kind of what I do. I front run these now a lot. I win so many of the front runs that you keep front running them. The more you win front running, all you have to win is 3 out of the 10 front runs. And then you're in the money, right? And look, last night we talked about long in the 4 hour on the 2 right here, just front running this one, that this would push back to the upside. And Bitcoin's doing some damage now. I am kind of missing out. The pump is getting real. You see that? Smaller time frames are gaining. If you're able to maintain, I took my profits, but if you maintain today, you're doing great. I still looking for the bigger flag above the 200. So let it pump up to here. Let it flag out. And maybe there's a nicer trade this afternoon too as well. Don't chase. Stay calm. And just take what the market gives me later on. I just got to tell myself to stay disciplined. Trading discipline is the key. Never chasing. Of course I want to chase. There's emotions, but you just got to tell yourself that those aren't real. They're not going to get it, you know. And again, everything should be kind of getting in the move here. Solana looks like it's a little bit behind Bitcoin. Looks like you might be able to trade Sol on the 1 minute time frame here. Nice little pop back to the upside for Solana. I'm looking for it to gap back to 88. Chance to just grab a little more Sol and add it to the bag, you know, at the end of the day. Even if it does go lower, right? Okay, so we'll see. And this could move up to like, I don't know, 88.9. All right. Wow, 69,156. Looking nice. And now you can see the day trade starting to kind of get back into, you know, up 6%. And see where that's starting to move on the daily candle. Okay. So I like to open up big trades on the bigger time frame. I like to scalp on the smaller. So I don't like to trade altcoins. I rarely trade altcoins left, but that looks interesting to me. That looks like it could do some damage. And Bitcoin's kind of ripping. It's very rare, though. Funny. 18 bucks. Yeah. So this is what we were just looking at, right? You know, just kind of taking you into my world. Again, 21 above the 200, right? So everything I do is with the moving averages. Yes, I'm using patterns, supportive resistance, and the VRVP too, though. I'm looking at liquidity zones, and I'm watching also Bookmap, which is telling me what's likely going to happen on the day. It's very accurate. Doesn't mean it's 100% though, right? Never. Nothing is 100%. That's the key you have to repeat to yourself. Nothing you do is 100%. So if nothing's 100%, everything is a probability, right? Because either it's 100% or it's not. So if it's not 100%, then it's a probability. So 88.78, I lose every time I trade an altcoin. I shouldn't say that, but it happens like, it's like I just rare for me to win on an altcoin trade. It's not my forte for whatever reason. So I don't do it. You know what I mean? I know I like my Bitcoin trade, so I stick to that. This thing can move so fast in the wrong direction so quickly, right? I'd keep it like 2 to 8, 2 to 7. It's not a bad risk reward. 250 for 8. 850. I'll watch it a little bit if it gets tighter. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Funny, I used this track when I made a video about going back to see my pet mom and dad, and I always remember them now when I hear this song. So blessed. I had great parents, man. They were awesome. They both passed in the last couple years. So sad to watch them go. I miss them both so much. My dad was such a trooper, man, such a strong man. And my mom was the most beautiful guidance. She was so full of light. She was like a light angel, man, a light worker. She didn't talk about God a lot. She was not a preacher. She was a quiet woman. She kept to herself. She had her own pains, but she treated everyone with love and kindness. And she loved the flowers, and she loved nature, and she loved being outside, and she loved going for a walk. And man, my mom encompassed what it was to cherish your life and to cherish this beautiful earth that we live on. And she gave that to me, and she gave that to all of you because I preach it every day, man. So God bless Irene, man, my mom. And this little dove right here, that's my parents. That's Finn and Daisy. My dad, the Irish Clover, my mom, the Daisy. And, you know, they're here every day right here on the channel, man. My mom and dad right there. I represent them every single day. I miss them more than you would ever know. And it's not easy when you lose your parents. The people that brought you into this earth, that gave you everything, that taught you everything, that showed you what love is. If you're lucky, right? So cherish your parents, man. If you have them, call your mom today. Tell her you love her. Call your dad today. If you're fighting with your brother, sister, mother, son, anyone, just call them today and say, hey, you know what? And maybe they hang up. Maybe they don't love you. Maybe it doesn't work. But I would at least extend the olive branch, as they say, and say, hey. Because you don't want any regrets in this life. And as someone that could, and I didn't die with regrets. I was in a great place with my parents when they both passed. Like the best I'd ever been. But you know, you can ensure that today by just settling the score the most positive way you can. You know what I mean? I shouldn't even say it's not settling the score, but you know what I mean. I hope you get it. And look, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised we V-shaped recovery. This is starting to look pretty nice. And people like the price for Bitcoin. These are good prices for BTC. People are jumping in. So there you have it. So again, and what will happen is the 15-minute will get nicely above the 200 moving average. And if all goes well, this will make a flag somewhere, sometime. You see? Some type of ascending, some type of bull pennant. The 21 will come. Could even be like a more of a daggered bull flag, but like, and this comes in here and then boom. So far, so good. Could be a nice parabolic run back to the upside. Just, you know. And again, it could still end up being we could still end up going lower at one point. It could be a dead cat bounce. But hey, you know, we could go back into this resistance here at 78, 79K, and then we'll go from there. So, you know, nice little V-shaped recovery. I already took a couple pieces out of it. I was able to identify a bottom and get on in. And let's just, you know, let's stay calm and continue to kind of chip away here and see what the market can give us. I don't have to chase. And shout out to anyone that just stayed in the trade all the way too. God bless you. That's a great way to make some gains, is to stay patient and let it come to you. So there you go. And that's kind of, you know, Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. Great book I want to watch. You know, if you get that audio book on YouTube for free, start listening to that a couple times a day. Get through the chapters if you can. And I'm telling you right now, it's going to change the way you think about your trading in your life. And you're going to really make some connections in your mind that you realize it's not even you. This is kind of like, this is what every trader goes through. You realize how you think all your struggles are so unique and it's all about you, but you like, maybe what I'm trying to say is you're like, oh, this only happens to me and I struggle. And you're going to realize that everyone goes through the similar path that you did. You just got to get through the tough times. You know, I had this saying the other day, it broke me down so much. I was thinking about it. I said, man, my lows were so low. I said, now almost every day there's a high because I've trained my brain to find highs. Like I can't even see the lows anymore. They don't exist to me, right? I don't let them exist. But when I think about it on a bigger scale, I think about how the lows made you strong. Like it's almost like you go to the gym and you rip the muscle. It's not when you're good and walking around and looking awesome is when the muscle builds. It's when you've ripped it is when the muscle builds. And similar in life, right? When life gets ripped apart is when you're built. When life gets shredded, you know, the good times are awesome. Don't get me wrong. But you'll always look back on the hardest times of your life. And so look at this, like you're on a great journey. I thought about this one night. I had a huge epiphany. And it's just something I want to say to everybody here. And I remember when I wrote this, I was almost in it really hit me. You're on a great journey. It'll be over before you know it. And if you stick with it and you achieve financial freedom, you will miss the days when you were finding your way. For once you're there, you will realize it was in fact the hard times and those emotions that pushed you to become great. Never stop becoming the greatest version of yourself. And I think about this one night when I thought I was going to do this awesome business plan and I got everyone together. And when I got home, like the wrong people talked and no one went the way I kind of decided it to go. And I remember throwing something I threw like a ball or something, or I threw something at this little cabinet I had and I shattered the glass. And I fell on and I came down and I was just like, man, like, I don't feel like every time I try to get out of this rat race and start a business or start something, it always blows up. I was like, it never ever. And I was in that, you know, and I keep thinking of those hard times on the night shift in the one-bedroom apartment that I lived in. And I'm like, wow, you know, those were tough times. And I wasn't where I desired to be in life. But you know what? I had food. I had love. I had my wife. I had so many things in my life to be grateful for. And me and my wife were always grateful for even our 600 square foot apartment.
You know, 600 square foot I used to live in, man. Now I live in almost 4,000 square feet. And it tells me, man, you know, one day I'll probably live in 15,000 square. Who knows? And it's not even about that, but it's about growth and progression, right? So I like this. This is looking interesting here. It's still kind of staying inside the pattern. Looking like we could get busy. Could easily come and snipe me out. I'm very, very cautious trading altcoins. I'll take the long. We'll see what happens. It looks like it's following Bitcoin, but I lack faith in my altcoin trading, you know, when it comes to the LEV. I do great swing trading altcoins because I do them on the 4-hour, the 8-hour, and I use large amounts of money in them, and I usually do it during the night. Let's see what happens. I mean, already up 30. I mean, that's crazy, right? The king of 3% again. I don't know how I do that. Nobody makes 3% more than me over here. Hey, Johnny. This guy's making 3% every time he comes in the casino. Get him out of here. Something about that guy. I don't know what he's doing, huh? So look at now we're above the 200 and the 15. That's a promise of a bigger move. And the daily's looking solid, like it could really come like a locomotive. It defied this bear div too, which is really strong. And it all started with this idea too, right? We started with this flag. And this flag suggested that it had what's called a measured move, right? And the measured move is the previous wicks. So this wick to that wick, I've learned it's a algorithmic measured move is the wick to wick. And so this just tells me that we're headed back, and this is the next resistance. It's coincidental. It always kind of hits that to 72, 73,000. And so I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, an hour, you know, basically somewhere by tonight, 6, 7 p.m., it looks like we could be there at about 73K. So it might be a really nice move further to the upside. My daily long might play out fat. It's now up 350, starting to kind of crush it a little more, and we'll see. We'll see. And I think I'm getting paid. I think the funding rate is short. Shorts are paying the longs right now, I believe, because I already got paid to have the position open $1, I believe. I could be wrong, but it's, yeah. Because the realized P&L is in the green, and usually that would be the fee. See? Because no one, you know. Anyway. So, ooh, and I'm losing my squares. I put 2 pocket squares together because this thing was so different. I felt like I had to get some type of pizzazz going there to get it right. Okay. So it's been an amazing day of trading. I'm excited. Let's get into the chat. I haven't been able to really look at the chat in a second here. What time is it? 11:20. 11:20. Okay, no surprises here. We still here, baby. Yep. Life is just like the charts. It's the dips, right? And I'm going to stop the recording there. We got a nice hour. Life is just like the charts. It's the dips, the lows, and the supports that provide the buying opportunity. They provide the liquidity and the momentum to move to higher highs. Amen, brother. Amen. Amen. 69655. Dang, I just should have just stayed in that. But look, we're plowing ahead on this Solana long now. And so that should be playing out. Once we get somewhere up in here, I'll move that stop to break even. But again, the 21 above the 200 in the flag, just doing exactly what I do every time. Doesn't matter the asset. From Bitcoin, we traded the NASDAQ this morning. I gave you guys a NASDAQ trade. And I like what the NASDAQ's doing. Let's talk about that too on BTCC. So I gave a trade to the NASDAQ, looking like the NASDAQ will tweezer bottom here. It's likely going to be a low for a bigger event, in my humble opinion, like this. So, and I think we'll have a lot of time. It's going to consolidate before the bigger breakout. But it is going to be a really good price. And then I see it headed up. They're going to continue to print this money. It's going to take until about March. So you can see March is when we get this real injection of liquidity is what the markets are telling me. So we come up. We have a nice pump. We come back down. We go up and down. There's some chop throughout the next few weeks to the next 2 months. But around somewhere, it looks like somewhere around the 29th to 27th of March into April, we're going to start to get this bigger move further to the upside. And then that tells me we could get all the way to like, I don't know, 30,692 there. And that's interesting. So I like what I'm seeing for the NASDAQ. I believe an entry here with a stop below this wick or that is an entry that's quite contentious and can do well. And, you know, it will compete. But hey, only time will tell. But I do like what I'm seeing there on the NASDAQ. So if you're looking at the NASDAQ, you trade the nasty NAS. It is approved by the LIFA. I like what I'm seeing. Critical times for Bitcoin. And there you go, up $100. I should take it and move on, man. You know, be lucky that I made my hundo. But you can see it's a little bit behind Bitcoin. It's following the move we just had for BTC. And BTC looks like it likes to cook right now. And things are in our favor. So this should push the SOL trade to the upside as well. Send SOL to 88.67 on a nice little move here. I can make another rack. Couple rack city, right? It just keep making rack after rack. You don't have to make tons of money. You just have to make consistent money, baby. That's all that matters. If you're consistently making money, you're going to eventually be in the winner circle. That's all. Just remind yourself that. You know, it's about consistency. I know a lot of traders go up and go down and go up and go down. Are they consistent? Who knows? I don't know. I don't watch them. You know what I mean? But I've heard stories. And before I was a YouTuber, I used to watch a lot of traders and they go up and down a lot. It's not, and again, the market, I mean, so do I. Look at my net worth with Bitcoin. So I'm in the same boat. I'm a trader. But it's, to me, it's about, can you, at least take daily gains? Okay. And for the long haul with Ethereum, there's some drawdown there. You'd think you'd have more firepower to buy the lows, though. That's the one thing I think is a little but whatever. I'm not Tom Lee's keeper. He's doing his thing. Okay, let's take a look at the bigger picture here. And I got some news, too, for you on the day that we're going to go over. That's fun to talk about. I just, some fun stuff. Anyway, let's take a look at the last hour. If there's anything kind of up against the market, Layer 0. Actually up 7% in the last hour. VeChain. All the way back below a penny, though. Wow, imagine holding that. Oof. And is it the day to buy altcoins that you like? Possibly. I think it's getting less and less attractive to buy altcoins. CanCC still holding that 17 layer, but only up 3% on the week now. But still above our entry, and I still see more coming for CanCC. Dogecoin. Actually, so people are looking like, people are finding altcoins a little more attractive than normal. Cardano above 25 cents is actually pretty strong for Cardano. I'll take that. I still hold Cardano for years. I don't know why, but I do. I like Charles. I think he's cool. So happy I sold near when I did around $2. So happy I sold all my altcoins. Render's actually stronger than most, but it's not amazing. Chainlink back at 870. Come on, man. One of the best coins in the game. SEI sold you at 18. Thank goodness. I'm so happy. Honestly, if I had held these altcoins, I wouldn't have been able to buy the Lamborghini. I mean, it was accessible, you know what I mean? So, they would have crushed me, man, to the point where there would have been nothing left. I had put play money in years ago. It wasn't where I wanted to be. I took some play money out to get something that I like to play with. You know what I mean? That's kind of what it is. And there's my baby, Where's my baby? Where's my beautiful baby, man? She's got to be in there somewhere. And I'm going to get to all the super chats. Don't worry. There's my baby. It's my sweetie, man. I was staring at her last night. So, no. It's the other hand. So sweet, baby. So sweet. So sweet. No, I'm just... Don't worry, sweetie. Daddy will be there soon. No, it's just a piece of metal, man. My kids are really what keeps me going, man. I love my kids. But that color really just gets me going too, man. Yo, Sam, we know you're just waiting for alt season, and you definitely playing the game. Oh, when alts start to rip, I'm going to be playing games. So yeah, you could be buying a Lambo and wrecking it and still be better off than holding SEI. I know, right? That's what I'm saying, man. Yeah. Lambo ain't much, to be honest. Someone said that, yeah, but for me, man, my mom was a school teacher. My dad was an iron worker. Nobody in my family had a Lamborghini or Ferrari. I've never, not my cousin, not my uncle, you know what I mean? I never even sat in a Lamborghini up until just a year ago when I went to Vegas and my buddy Jimmy rented one and I took a ride. I had never been in one before. And I think that gave me it just did something, man. The speed. And I started understanding it was a beautiful work of art. And it was also just engineering at its finest, man. Engineering at its finest. What a beautiful piece of engineering. And look, I know I'm running my mouth a lot today. It's Friday. I try to be a little easygoing on Friday. We just went through a lot, folks. I think it's like a good, like we should be kind of like, you know what I mean? Like the whole market just got insanely rocked. I think it's good that we all are just kind of chilling. I don't want to be overboard here. The soul trade is doing well that we just made, you know, I'm climbing. And so, yeah, my partial. I always forget that could be a partial. I'm feeling I might not sell the whole position, right? So I just delete the partials. And I move the take profits all the way to the upside there with the Boston accent. Okay, there, dude. It was amazing watching Sammy face in that car, man. Yeah, I was on fire. I felt so good that day. I love the suit I was wearing, the color schemes. You guys were awesome. Everyone we got together, we did the cheers. It was a monumental moment, man. And I got that all on camera, man. And we got that. Wow, man. Solana, like taking off. So shout out to anyone that jumped in. Did anyone take the soul trade with me and just decided to stack some more gains for the day? We don't have to be big shots. That's a pretty nice pump. RSI oversold the time frames may have a bit of a pullback. You mean overbought? I don't know. Yeah, because you're not making sense there. Those two things don't go together. Yeah. 160 by Big Brown Truck. Grateful to have a job. God bless. Yeah. Exactly. I'm in the soul trade with you, boo. It's ripping, man. I'm putting my stop loss to break even now. Ooh. I just want to scalp. Oof. It's coming down on me now. Put my stop right below those wicks and see if I can hang. Just challenge the fact, and I'll take 130 right out of the trade. It's high risk for me, so I don't want to give back any gains. I did really good this week, and I just want to end Friday on a really good note. I don't want to go too hard. And watch it just wick and then rip. I wouldn't be surprised. The 21 is coming for it there. But it's also a sketchy Friday after massive, you know, I don't know. So there, I got stopped out. I took like 150, probably 140. I know, I'm lame. I'm not like, I know. Could be better. Sorry, I'm just, you know. It's a Friday. I'm in a good mood. Things are going my way. Why push it? That looks like it's going to continue to pump, though. That looks good. Probably missed out on massive gains. It is what it is. I'm not stressing it. Let's go back into... I want to see what's up here. Yeah, no. Yeah, crypto. This is crazy, right? That story's just nuts to me. Anyway. So this is like something I want to kind of discuss too. You know, Tether's $150 bet on digital gold and what it means. After sealing its lead on stablecoins, Tether, issuer of the world's largest on-chain dollar, USDT, is now betting on similar success through tokenized gold. The firm recently announced a $150 million investment in Gold.com, a well-known platform for the physical retail gold and precious metals market, highlighted Tether's broader strategy to scale and replicate its stablecoin-like moat in the physical gold sector. Okay? The deal will let Tether own 3.37 million common shares of gold, or about 12% of the total shares. The deal will also grant it to the right to... Wait. What just happened there? What's going on right there? What just happened? Barry, man. Are you serious? Everybody, we just got a $500 super chat on the live stream. Thanks for everything, Sam. Been waiting for the day to give back. I started crypto in 2021. I lost everything. Then came back when I saw your channel in July of 2023. I'm now 3 months profitable. It's been a journey. Thank you for your turning up every day. Hope your leg gets better. I lost my finger to a dog back in 2023. It was the best finger to lose at least, right? Hey, man. Shout out to Barry Lufuk, right? Barry Luf FC. Wow, man. Yeah, Barrel UFC. Yeah. I think that's Barry L UFC. With the 490 pound, dude. That's all more money. That's a lot of money. That's amazing. He dropped a $500 super chat on us right now. That's insane. Yeah, I just wanted to see what that is. Yeah, and yeah, $766, man. And wow. I'm speechless, man. Thank you, dear Lord. And it's funny. I gave this much away in the last couple of days. I gave $600 away, and look, it came right back to me, man. Every single time, guys. I tell you, man. I was hooking people up all the last couple of days because the market was going down so bad. I just, and I was hitting my trades. I felt like I just wanted to get back, and so, man, and this guy gives $4.99. I'm just amazed, man. Hey, man, God bless you, bro. Thank you so much. God is great every single time, and you just reiterate the fact that God is great every time. You people bring me to tears of joy, man. I'm not going to go there, but you guys bring me to tears of joy, man, every single time. Shout out to Bitcoin Bill. Thanks for what you do. Let's go lifers. He gives a $50 super chat. He also gives 20 memberships to people today. That's insane. Every day I'm grateful for the frequency you guided me towards. Yesterday I earned enough to share and buy more ties. I hit number 54. Please check the mail. Yeah, we got you, man. My wife is going to take care of everyone that hit their number. Just email us, and she's going to make sure. I'm going to go over it tonight, too, and make sure. There was just a lot of emails yesterday. I kind of bombarded her. Secret top gainer. We'll take a look at that. Just going on, Sam. It'll all work out. Thank you, James Jones. Appreciate that, man. A glance at the gold, too, please. We'll take a look at gold. Yeah. And remember, today I do my top-down analysis for Bitcoin, where we're going to give you extra sauce. All right. Can you check in on Ghost, please? Yeah. God bless you, Sam. We're all Vail, aren't we? PVFC. Amen. Amen. Shout out to John. I don't know what veil means. I think, but God bless you, bro. Yeah. Sam, I admire your work ethic, energy, and thought process. Amazing, man. Can you give your game on Chevron? I got along for price to go to 230, expiring September 8th. I entered on January 5th. Interesting. 230, 8th. Wow, that's a call, right? That's a put. Thank you for the lifer education. Just took another gain, man. TB Don 1, man. I love you with the 777s. And then the $500 super chat. Thanks for everything, Sam. Been waiting for this day to get back. I started crypto in 2021. I lost everything and then came back when I saw your channel. Let me move myself up. Let's record this again. This is just phenomenal information here. So, shout out to everybody here. Hi, my name's Sam Price, and I do a live show every day. And look, today I got a super chat from someone who watches the show down there. Look, it's a $500 super chat. He says, thanks for everything, Sam. I've been waiting for this day to give back. I started crypto in 2021. I lost everything. Then I came back when I saw your channel. In July of 2023, I'm now 3 months profitable. It's been a journey. Thank you for turning up every day. I hope your leg gets better. I lost my finger to a dog back in 2023. At least it was the best finger to lose. You know what I mean? Man, this is amazing. Getting a $500 super chat, getting the feedback from someone when you teach and you put out good information every single day. God bless you guys. Thank you so much. This is what it's all about. Come to the channel. Go to cryptolifer.com. Let's go. Yes. And look, I just recorded that. We can snipe that and turn that into a nice, man, thank you. That was like, it doesn't get better than that for marketing. I mean, people that are giving, like when people tell you the truth, I'm going to keep, so why would I take a day off? Why would I stop coming back to this channel? Look how great the reward is today. So God bless you, man. Thank you. Sam, can you check Tia and Enzo for the gains? Yes. And look, my team usually puts this all together. Let's take a look. Lakochi, are you there? Can I get a list there? And he'll be around. My team does it very well. I can't look for the super chats, but it's easier when I just get a line of all of them together. And then I don't have to think and go back. I believe one was CVX. I'm going to slowly put it together for us. Bitcoin's looking great, like it wants to continue to do damage, which means the soul trade probably kept going. It did, look, and I should never have left it. I nailed it. See, there you go. I should have just stayed true to my game, kept my stop loss below the 200 and let this thing hit the target. But at least I got the Bitcoin trade cooking over here on the right side, and the 69,650 is looking nice. Let's take a look at Ghost, and I look at Ghost on Deck Screener. That's where I found it. And I just put the money that I made on Poly Market in there, so nothing big, right? It's actually right where I got in, so I haven't lost any money on this. And with the Bitcoin dumping and it not dumping, that's strong. And it has a use case if you go to the website, and I think it's enough of a use case to keep a narrative going here. And so I'm still in this, and yeah, I am in this coin. I will disclose that. I bought it at about 6 million market cap. I'm up 10%, nothing crazy. But yeah, I'm still in Ghost, and I'm looking for what could happen. It's got utility to me, so that's why I like it. Let's take a look and see how my team does that. Super Chat, Ghost, Chevron, SKR, Gold, and ENSO. Let's take a look at CVX, Chevron real fast. This Bitcoin's looking beautiful. And again, looks like I'm going to get my way with the 21 touches, and this thing's going to continue to go up to the upside. I like what I'm seeing here. Solana continued to pump if you did get into that soul trade and didn't sell early like I did, like a shamu. Like a shamu over here. Hey. But hey, man, I took gains, right? I just want to keep adding to the day. Let's take a look at CVX. Chevron. So this man talked about 230 by September. So he wants to see like a big outlook. And remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and you should be taken as such. But the last time we looked at it, I suggested it was going to break out this flag to the upside. Remember? Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Chevron did that. And it actually came back to the resistance at 184. This is telling me somewhere by May of 2028, it goes to 286. I don't know. I'm not good at like timing out when it will go to 230. But to me, it just looks bullish. It looks very bullish. You know, you take a look on the daily, and it's doing its thing. It's sideways. The RSI still has room. It is getting to the high of the RSI. It just went on a major tear, right? All the oil going up helped it out. I just see this like this leveling out for the next couple of weeks into March. Like something just tells me everything's going to go sideways into March, and then around March we get the explosive move back to the upside. And it says somewhere by April, we're at 215. It looks like you're going to be pretty good with your call there. But, you know, I'd have to say there's probably a high probability of you hitting. But, who knows? Don't go on what I say, please. I am not a financial advisor. Right? I took 230% on CVX using the sauce. Oh, yeah, you were telling me that. I remember reading that yesterday. Yeah. Let's take a look at Seeker. And this is the year that the channel really blows up, like on a major scale. Like we don't just use YouTube to blow up. We're going to start using all sorts of mediums to blow up. We're going to blow up on Instagram. We're going to blow up on the TV. We're going to blow up everywhere. You know what I mean? Like this is where like we get solidified in internet history. You know, Seeker looks amazing. It tells me it's about to rip. That is a beautiful chart on the 1 hour time frame. And if Bitcoin gets a bounce, I mean, this was the hottest coin that started to make a move. And again, I could be wrong, but that looks appetizing to me. Like beautifully appetizing. And so, yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Support or resistance on the 21. Let's take a look at the 4. 4 hours not amazing, a little far from the 21, but looks okay. 15-minute is just looks beautiful. 15-minute and the 1 hour say yes. High risk, of course. It's Friday. It is an altcoin, but it's got some buzz. We've been watching it now on and off for the last couple weeks, and so if anyone's going to know what's going to hit, it's going to be me and my team and my community. Sometimes it's not even the team. It's people. You know what I mean? I consider all of you guys on the team though. The team is the community. That's who we are. The lifers, man. This is bigger than me. I just created something that God kept pushing, man. No days off, no matter through injuries, through pain. You know, I don't know what's going to happen the day of the surgery. That's going to be next Thursday, but I'm not going to think about that until next Thursday. I have a plan. I have to be I probably have to be at the hospital by 5:30. I'm just going to be up at 4:30 and I'm going to stream from like 4 to 4:45. I'm going to do a quick stream. And that way that will be solidified in time that I did my stream on that day. And then I can go I won't have to think about it for the rest of the day, right? So I'm not going to lose the streak on that day. I've already planned a way to hit. I'm just going to have to wake up at 4 a.m., which is fine. I don't mind. I'm going to be put to sleep anyway later that day. What does it matter? I'm going to be loopy. This looks really good to me on the 15. I'm thinking of getting into this. It's just looking nice. I wouldn't lev trade. I'd just swing trade the spot position, but wow. That could be the trade of the day, folks. If Bitcoin continues to do damage and continue to do what it's doing, and Solana continues to push, which it looks like it may, and we hit that target 862, then other coins are going to follow. Other coins are going to follow. Wow. It's one of the hottest streams I've ever had, man. People are amazing. $500 super chats, people showing up. If you told me today after the biggest, I'm never going to stop doing what I do, man. I'm never going to stop this show. This show is amazing. Thank you to YouTube. Thank you to everybody here, man. Cash me outside. Make that 2 nights. You're funny. Big blessings to you and the family. Another $50 super chat. The Lifers got your back for life. Thank you for all you do. You definitely elevated my game. For that, I am forever grateful, man. God bless you, bro. I know my mentor that passed away, like, I'll always be grateful for him. Like, and you did it, but there's something about the person that brought it out of you, right? Like, that you'll always cherish. Like, the Jim Rohn did it for me. My dad did it for me. My mentor, my man Chris. Shout out to my man Chris. Man, Chris, we love you, man. This is crazy right here, but look, I mean, we will get to inform you that Christopher Richards, aka Crypto Bitcoin Chris, has passed away. The details remain private. We will miss him for his dedication and his uplifting spirit. Hope he may rest in peace, man. This is my man right here, man. This guy taught me so much, bro. Ah, man. Chris, I'm sure you're fishing at the most awesome lake in heaven. I miss you, brother, right? Such sad news, I have nothing but gratitude for you. But this is my mentor, man. He had so much going on. He taught us how to be free of the system. I'll forever be grateful for the skills he taught me. Look at this. Mentor would put his students above himself every day. Wow. Anyway. Wow, man. Anyway, just think of all the people that helped you along the way, man. And I'll always be connected to that guy. And he's gone. You know, my mentor passed away. Can you believe that? Both my parents and my mentor all died. And like, I laugh because it's almost like, whoa, man, like, just poof, man, all gone. Like, and God was like, I'm your mentor now. I'm here for you. Shout out to Crypto Cash, man. I love you, bro. I think about you every day, man. I got the Bitcoin thing in the background. You know, I got the Bitcoin thing in the background. So thank you. Wow. Shout out to the super chats today. You guys gave $827 in super chats. That's insane. I still can't believe that. Let's take a look at gold. And Bitcoin's continuing to take names and kick butt on the bigger time frames. And it looked like we were going to get the reversal. That 4-hour did look good to us again, and I'm still weary, one step at a time. You know, gold did the same thing as Bitcoin with the reversal, and it just tells you it's the dollar. The dollar it's on a fake rally that doesn't make sense, and it's not going to be able to maintain. The dollar's going to continue to lose value. It's telling me that a gold trade is likely here on the 15-minute time frame with a stop below the 200 moving average. So it looks like I could be setting up a gold trade. Where do I trade gold? Of course, on BTCC. All right, the best exchange to trade all these awesome assets, from gold to Tesla, you name it. Okay. I also have something big to announce in the next couple of months that we're doing through one of my partners and things that I've set up. And again, I can't reveal it just yet, but it's going to be absolutely amazing. And so I would get yourself comfortable with BTCC because there's going to be a lot of opportunity with this exchange. One of the oldest running exchanges since 2014. I met the owner and founder. Great guy, good people. Amazing experience to be around the team. And, shout out to Muck. We got one of the people, we got a rep too, or a BTC rep in the trading group. So if you have any issues, like, it's just direct access, direct contact, no problems at all. No KYC, no VPN needed. Just open and trade without a worry too on BTCC. So, Ice Cube, it was a good day. Sam, how did the peanut? Yeah. I'd have to look at it honestly. They're just gonna grid trade through this, and we just gotta we gotta change the grids, honestly. Let's look at ENSO and CRM though. I want to just get done with this, but yeah, gold's looking interesting to me. I kind of like what I'm seeing here for gold now. I do. I definitely do. Wow. And that looks like we could be back at $5,000 an ounce pretty fast. Look at the bounce from 4,600. And look, the shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. I mean, it made an inverted head and shoulder. Just like Bitcoin did on the bounce back to the upside. 69,000? Is that for real? Bitcoin just bounced extremely hard. Am I right here? Oh, no. Okay. What? 69.8 though. We're about to go back to 70K, folks. And remember, we went to 60,000. Bitcoin's up $10,000 on 60. Anyone who bought sub 65, I bought a bunch of Bitcoin down there. And again, maybe it does go to 55,000. The Bookmap's still kind of being a negative Nancy, telling us we're going lower. Like, this is just a poll to get people to kind of get faked in. I don't know. I really believe in these tweezer bottoms. If the daily closes so strong like this is going to be a bigger move. This is nice. Now we're up 444 on the trade. This thing could continue to rip too on top of what we made today. And then we can just, and I want to let that one rip along like for a bit longer. So yeah, I like these bounces. I like the trade. Gold's looking like it's going to be a really nice trade. And if gold's a nice trade, it's looking like silver might be a nice trade. Yeah, silver's in that same boat as Bitcoin with that, inverted head and shoulder. Silver's behind gold. It's not above it. You have to go to like the 5-minute to see the 200 moving average break. But this is how it always starts. You get this break. And this tells me that the dollar's losing serious value yet again. Like it was just, for whatever reason, it got a little bit of a move that's not sustainable. Let's look at ENSO. ENSO. I don't even know what this thing is. XC has any coin that ever existed, though. It's crazy. I've never seen an XC not have it. This looks like it's going to do some damage. I see what you're saying. It's inside of the symmetrical. It's got the Sam Price sauce on it. I just trade. This is what I trade. Stuff just like this. So I like what I'm seeing here. I'm getting excited for it. It looks good to me. It really does. That looks absolutely amazing. Yeah, I mean, so we identified 2 hot coins in the day. You guys did for me. Thank you. You did the work for me today. I didn't have to do a dang thing. But there will be more in the trading group. This is just the beginning, folks. This is just the beginning. So. But that looks like it's going to be a winner chicken dinner. 25% gainer too. Be careful. They might stop on it. You never know, right? All coins are few and far between right now. So you never know. Go boom. I've been seeing some of this, but it's looking like it's not going. It looks like there's a higher probability of that not happening. But just be careful. All right. And just remember, there could be a stop hunt down here. All right. But it is looking pretty crispy. And because it has so much momentum up, it looks like it may not look back. And what is ENSO? What does it do? I'm going to figure that out too, because if I can get some insight as to what's happening and why it's happening, that can also help me take a look at like the bigger picture, right? Understand what's really going on behind that. Because there's fundamentals that propel, what's behind the actual technicals too. And that's that's what I'm all about. Like Seeker seems to have something going for it that you don't see all the time. I like Seeker. I did just buy some Seeker. Not to disclose exactly how much. I don't want to get people to going too crazy, but I did, I just put in a pretty good order. And it's high risk, high reward too. It could easily get demolished. So be careful. All right. Be very careful right now. Our trade's now up $500 on the right here, just continuing to pump up 12.8% on $3,700 too. Like I'm just trying to show you don't have to be, you don't have to have tons of money to continue to just take gains out these markets. Really nice bounce back to the upside here. And I trade light as we get back into the zone. Like no one knows for sure what's going to happen here. I should never tell people when I get anything, because it then makes it harder for me to get it. Every time, Yeah, that's why it's the opposite for me. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, shh. So we look at ENSO looking nice. How is that Solana trade going? Sitting pretty. If you're still in, there's no reason, you could. Looks like it may continue to the upside here and continue that in that flag. Again, I don't know, and I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Never do what you see people do online. You know what I mean? So you have your own plan, your own sauce, your own education of why you're doing that, right? So, yeah. Let's take a look at CRM of the New York Stock Exchange. Somebody said here, But we are identifying awesome opportunity here today on the markets. Even on a Friday where after tomorrow, I mean, there's always opportunity every time. I keep telling myself that. Every time there's opportunity. Salesforce, CRM. That thing looks like it's cooked, man. Yeah, I mean, it could be at the bottom forever, but I mean, that's just, wow. It's in a descending triangle, too, that looks like it may want to go lower. So I don't know what's happening to this, if it's getting liquidated or something, but it looks like it's going down to 174. I could be wrong. I don't know everything about it. But and there you go, like the breakdown on the 3-day chart. Yeah, and so it had a beautiful pump. Had some divergence. If anything, what you would do is you would want to draw this trend line here and see how this is connected. And it's probably going to bounce off that trend, right? Sammy, think of it this way. You are the mentor now for your wife, for your kids, and for all of us watching. You're a legend, sir, and humbly don't recognize it yet. God bless you, dude. Thanks, man. I'm just doing me, man. I don't know, you know. I'm just doing me day by day. I'm just trying to get through each day, bro. You know, some days I feel like I should make like today. I feel like I should have made way more money. There's another long there that looks like it can break out to the upside, right? And it's going to eventually hit the target that we set out to hit. Sammy, think about it. Yeah, thank you. Just made 1,100 on Bitcoin. God bless you, bro. Yeah. He's right. Agree. Thank you, man. Well, shout out to Albert Bornier. It's very nice of you to say. I just take it one step at a time, one day at a time, man. And I just got to get through this leg, man. This pain in my leg, bro. You know, I'm struggling, but I'm okay. It could be better without it, but what are you going to do, man? Nothing I can do. Nothing I can do. Some things, crazily enough, are out of... Everyone thinks that everything's in your control, but the fact is, it's just not true. You know? Not everything is... You're not in control of everything. You're just not. You know? My workhorse for Vistra, which is the top 5 energy companies in the U.S., they use Salesforce. Interesting. Looking to fasting to heal the tendon. Thank you. Hey, every time, Sammy, about an hour behind on the live. I'm here every day, brother. I'm always watching. Trade my own sauce, but I can draw or see a pattern for Jack Swap. Hey, man, God bless you, bro. I want to make it easier for you, bro. Sam, you're hitting 50% of your calls these days. Love you, man, but share let's trade on the street. I know you notice they are not. Are you kidding me? We're hitting every trade I've hit. Yeah. What a weirdo. That's just not true. I just asked everyone yesterday, and they all said 80 to 90%. We traded all day in the group, man. You have to remember the live stream and it's out the. I'm done, man. I'm done. Yeah. Take this guy out. Yeah. Goodbye, bro. I don't need you in my life. Peace out. You don't belong in my life. You're low frequency, so I'm out. Like, we don't vibe. I don't vibe with low frequency. It's kind of like, you know. It like feels weird when I'm around a low frequency person. Like, it makes me ill. I'm serious. Like, I get sick. I get nauseous. I'm like, oh God. I get that. Like, it's like something smells bad. You know, I'm like, what is that? You know what I mean? It's low frequency. That's what it is. Get it out of here. 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 Get him out. Get him out. Get him out of here. Anyway, I'm out for the day. I'm going to make my top-down analysis for you. Do whatever makes you happy. This thing is still ripping, but it could collapse. I took my profit. You do whatever makes you happy with this fun yun over here. This little fun yun over here. Hey. And Bitcoin doing nice. It's sitting at 69.7, and anything is possible, but it's looking like it wants to... I'm looking for the flag on the 15, folks. It's a Friday. We're taking it as a... I want to see the 21 connect above the 200. If we get this, I'm in for another trade. Okay? And I'll keep you guys privy in the trading group when I do enter that trade. Gold also looks like we could do a similar trade on gold too as well. So, yeah. There's a lot kind of brewing. I like this bottom call for the NASDAQ. with a nice bounce further up. Money's going to continue to get printed. I'm going to go over the DXY, gold, all that right now. So have some fun. Come back to the channel. We're going to be doing this video probably around 3 or 4 o'clock. So stay tuned for my top-down analysis video. I do every single Friday to give you a bigger perspective on what's happening in the markets. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing, baby. Crypto is life, and you got to start to be great. Remember, the secret to success is getting started. You're not going to be great to start, but you got to start to be great, baby. I'll see you tomorrow.